Welcome in, welcome in. First, just line up. I'm opening a new register and we're going to get you checked out as soon as we can. My name is Ron. This is another episode from the Critics Collective, and we are talking a Christmas movie that, if you could see the banner that we're looking at, this is a good one. This is a good one because that's the order of the boss. With that being said, we are talking Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. If you check the history of that song, come back and let me know if you've done your homework. But with that being said, let's move on. This movie came out in 1996, PG-13, an hour and 30 minutes is the running time. You got the late Phil Hartman in it. You have Sinbad is in there. If you haven't checked, there's a Sinbad comedy special where he's like, have you seen I watched that. My dad had me watch that so many times. Sinbad's a fucking legend. But anywho, but the lead goes to Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was basically in every action movie. He was switching, crossing over to like rom-com, wholesome kid movies and stuff like Kindergarten Cop is another one. True Lies with Jamie Lee Curtis. Just, you really couldn't do anything without. I mean, you had Danny DeVito with him, with the twins. It just, the late 80s, late 90s, just Arnold was, it was in the gym just doing it, like changing like anywho. So this movie, I don't even need to look to see what it's about. If you've ever been a parent or a friend, or you're looking for a gift that you can't find, what links would you go through to find that for the person you care about? All right. Now, I don't know about you, but the kind of guy I am, I'm an overthinker, overachiever. I am the type of person, if you told me, go find this gift, go find this item, I will do it. Now, I'm going to give you my lows, I'm going to give you my highs, and we're going to come back. We're going to rate this from 0 to 5. Now, if you're sitting there saying, Ron, Dad Panther, listen, what credentials do you have to know what this man is going through, what this storyline plot is going through? Well, I'll tell you, it was 2 times. I can think of more, but we're just going to go with 2 that have to do with my wife. My wife was looking for a lip balm that was like a tinted lipstick, lip gloss, something, and it was faded like a mother. Faded like this before AI got into it. Google was just kind of, it was having its stride, but not what it is now. There was no picture imaging on your cell phones, and she's like, "Oh man, it's the last of this. I really love this." And she topped it and she threw it in the trash. And I'm like, I let them kiss it. So if you saying you need this to do this, shit, say no more. So what I do is I grab it out of the trash. It's the house trash. It wasn't like I was digging in the trash. I'm not Oscar the Grouch. Calm down now. And I found it, and I just started Googling like shapes of lipstick containers and like, oh, that looks like that one. And then finding the number of the printed off the back. And then eventually I found it, went to a certain website where you can auction stuff off, went ahead and bought like 4 or 5 of them for the low. It was a discontinued one. That's another thing. It was discontinued for like a year or 2. Presented to her on a regular Tuesday. It goes up on a Tuesday. It did that night. But anyways, that's the kind of guy I am. There was another time my wife wanted a game. It was called Pie Face. And for Pie Face, she couldn't find anywhere. Her friends, coworkers, everyone was like, Pie Face. And I went ahead and found it and bought not 1, but 2. And I helped the lady. There was a lady, she wasn't an old lady, but she needed help. And I found it for her and gave it to her. She was like, thank you, so kind, Ron. Everybody should hit the subscribe button, like, follow, and comment for more, because we love to have you here at the Critics Collective. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. So the lows for this movie: this is not a very good movie. Plot-wise, script-wise, there's no really heavy lifting here at the action. Some of the special effects are questionable. You have to put your eyes together and squint, and that's just what it is. This movie is the toy isn't really desirable for a majority of the people watching the movie. But to me, I thought it was pretty cool, especially the age of watching it. It was pretty cool. But for a lot of people, they might look at this toy and say, this toy, I don't see the hype of it. So you got to get behind the competition between Sinbad's character and Arnold's character, and as they fight and they try to get the toy. Now, the good stuff about it is it's relatable. Like I said at the top of the show, it's relatable. The other good thing about it was the jokes. The jokes were there, and the physical comedy was there. Phil Hartman, just a funny guy. Just, he doesn't have to do much to be funny. This movie, in my opinion, where it should peak or climax at the end of the movie, it doesn't. I feel like the action scene, it just doesn't hit because it doesn't feel really believable when you're an adult. Now, when you're younger in the 90s, this is the because this is the technology. Yeah, this is what entertainment was. But now not so much. Yeah, but before I go ahead and rate this, I will say I would be interested in a remake of this. I would say low budget, keep this motherfucker low budget. And I think the ship has sailed on what it is. Hear me out. This would be a tough little concept. You're remaking the same movie. You're just fixing it to make it relate to today's time. And you're also tweaking and adding and fixing up some plot stuff that'll make it hold up and be more solid for a decade or so, right? And for this movie, I feel like you wouldn't make it come out for Christmas. You would do something where it be the holiday season right before, like think Thanksgiving. That way you can watch the remake or the sequel or what you want to call it, and then jump into the OG one. And if the same company owes it, they're just making money. You're welcome. Call me and we can figure something out. And the storyline is you have to have is my opinion, you would have to have a tie-in with a popular toy at the time that the movie's coming out. It's the only, that's what I'm saying. It's the only way that's going to work. You can't just do it with an action figure. You can't just do it with a fake video game that doesn't exist. It has to be authentic and real because the viewer, they buy into it. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you could have done this movie, a remake, and the toy they're going after with music and cameos from is the dolls and characters from K-pop Demon Hunter. They would lose their kids would line up to go see this movie just to be like, I know what's going on. And then what do? Christmas time, when it hits streaming after it came out in Thanksgiving, you drop the actual fucking toys. Print money, more money, more money, more money. Let's go and rate this. We rate things here from a 0 to a 5. 5 at the top. Yeah, right there. Excellent. At the bottom, horrible. We're talking Jingle All the Way, 1996, an hour and 30 minutes. You've got Arnold, Sinbad, Phil, and the rest of the gang. They're doing this. They're doing this late 80s style. It's just a different type of comedy. It's a different kind of time. Different kind of time. I don't know who owns the rights to this movie, but I just gave you what you can do for the next one. And because K-pop Demon Hunter has already been greenlit apparently for season 2, or I think it's number 2. I don't know if they're going to do seasons in between, but point blank, because you could. And they already have a deal with toys and all this other stuff. That's a sure fucking ticket. The movie could be straight. I'm not gonna say it. The movie could not. It could be a really bad movie, right? But your kids are gonna still want to watch it. I'm just saying. I'm gonna go ahead and rate this a 2. I'm sorry. It's a 2. It's nope. No, I can't do it. Can't do it. It's a fucking 4. I just forgot. Okay, listen. Let me focus. Literally focus. The reason why it's a 4, bear with me. Let me walk you into this. Yes, the movie is borderline 2 or 3, 6, 7. But the fact that this is a holiday movie, that plays every year. It's nostalgic. It's funny. I still remember Sinbad with the fucking, I don't even know postal people wear fucking hats for people when they're cold. It's that with the little flaps, and he's in his like post office stuff, and he should have been fired because he sure as hell wasn't focused on some fucking work stuff. The movie is just, it's nostalgic. It's a holiday movie. It doesn't have any flaws when you think of the idea of the holidays. You're a dad that's out there focused on trying to put food on the table for your family, and you have an opportunity to make your kid's day, and you will do anything for it. This movie had a $6 million budget, $60 million budget. $12 million was made opening weekend, and it broke even. That is it. I don't think that's a good thing. It broke even in the US. Lingo said that's not a good thing. It did make, I think, double the money worldwide, but I don't know if that's a critical success. Point blank, there you go. It's a motherfucking 4. Well, you can't take this review back to the cash wrap, and you can't ask for a return. So I'm going to thank you for watching. You could have been anywhere in the world, and you chose to be here. Until next time.